Hey, Nuddles family, this is Chad. I am so excited to be here this morning with you and super excited to have Kim and Johnny with Handi Quilter with us today. And so say hi, guys.
Hi.
So we're excited to have them show and teach us a little bit about the Handi Quilter product, especially on the Moxie, the Capri, and the Amara. So please, if you have any questions, comment, tell us where you're from, where you're watching, and then we have some exciting news kind of at the end with this, with some pricing that Handi Quilter is letting us do. So Johnny, Kim, take it away.
All right.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Johnny. We're Handi Quilter educators.
I'm Kim Sandberg. It's great to be here.
We're super excited to be here this morning. All right, Kim.
Yes.
First, we're talking about the Moxie, right?
Yes, we are.
I just heard a fun noise. Do we know what that was? Okay. We're going to talk about the Moxie.
Awesome. Let's
The
talk about
Moxie is our newest machine.
Yes.
And it was really designed as an entry-level long arm machine, right?
Right. And it has all of the great features, the beautiful stitch, and the quality that you love and expect from all Handi Quilter products. So it is a great machine. We introduced this last fall, right?
Yeah. And it's gone bonkers for us. It's been really great.
Yeah.
It's really filled a niche. I was thinking about this morning. It's probably the best machine that you could find on the market, in our opinion.
Of course.
That it comes with the frame. The pricing includes the frame. I think that's always important to point out. And it just is a great little machine. I'm going to stitch a little bit on it right now with just doing some free motion. Yeah. And then we'll show you.
Let's talk about some of the other fun things that come with it.
Yeah.
After you do some stitching, we'll show how great the stitching is.
Okay, let's talk about let's do some stitching. I'm just going to do some little circles in this circle. Make sure they can see me all right. You can see all right.
Yeah, let's go close up there.
It's light, very easy to maneuver.
And it does have stitch regulation, so you get that nice, beautiful stitch.
Say that again in case the machine was too loud, just in case.
The Moxie does have stitch regulation, so you get that nice, beautiful stitch.
Yes, all the stitch regulation that you, like you said, come to expect from a Handi Quilter product. Exactly. One thing I talked about last time that we talked about, we were doing this, was our dedication to stitch quality. I like to, especially Darren, our CEO, he's kind of obsessed with stitch quality. Don't you think?
Yeah, but it is important. It's one of the things that we're known for, and it's one of the things that you expect when you stitch on a Handi Quilter long arm, right?
Yeah, we want to have a really nice stitch quality. So the Moxie definitely has that.
Yep. So let's talk about some of the features of the Moxie. So tell me about the Moxie. What makes it such a great machine?
It's, like I said, it's small, it's lightweight, it's compact, so it comes on standard. It comes on an 8-foot frame. Right. A lot of people have space considerations. Right. I know for me, like I could put this in a bedroom. You know, you could just put it. It could fit easily in your sewing room with that 8-foot frame.
So if it's an 8-foot frame, how big of a quilt can I quilt on an 8-foot frame?
7 feet. 7 divided 7 times 12 is quick.
I don't do math on air.
I know we don't do math on air. Dang it.
Actually, it's 84. I know the answer
84 inches wide. So we basically, that's for all of our frames. Yeah. You want to calculate, you're going to lose about 6 inches on either side from the needle to the edge of the frame. Yeah. That is the carriage and stuff like that. So with that 8-foot frame, 84 inches, right?
Yeah, 84-inch wide quilts, which that is a little bit of a small queen or a twin. It's a great size. Yeah. And a lot of people love to make just the smaller quilts. So it's a great frame for that. And this is called the Loft Frame that comes standard with it.
Yes.
So what are some of the other great features about the Moxie?
I like the way it maneuvers. The touch, it's not a touch screen. Right. But with this screen, you maneuver using the handlebars.
Right. It's a little different.
You
just navigate.
Navigating through the screen, but it's very intuitive. I was a little concerned about it when I first heard about it, but I've loved it. Yeah. I think it's so easy to use.
It really is. It really is.
Tell me some features you're thinking about.
Okay. So the throat space on this is 15 inches.
Yes.
Especially when you're stepping up from quilting on your home domestic machine, which I did for a lot of years, that is a lot of space to play with. And like Johnny mentioned, it is a little bit more of a compact machine. It's lightweight, it's easy, it's really easy to quilt with, it's easy to move around, it's very smooth in how it moves too.
Yeah.
It has, I'm trying to think of some of the other things that I love. Oh, one of my things that I really love about the Moxie is the fact that we can use any of the Handi Quilter feet on it,
right.
Handi feet, the full family of Handi feet. So we have that. We can use rulers. We can do all the things that we can do on any other long arm on this machine.
And I like to remind people of that, especially too, because if you move up to a different size machine, so say you want to start out on the Moxie to see if you liked it, and then you invested money in rulers and feet and stuff like that, and then you decided, you know what, I want something bigger. All those things are going to transfer with you. You're going to travel with you up, to something larger.
Exactly.
That's something definitely to remember.
Absolutely. So one of the things that makes our Moxie unique was we decided that we wanted to include something special, right?
Yes.
So let's show them our special. It's
the accessory kit.
Accessory kit. And I like to call this a quilter's party in a box. It
right.
has everything you need to get started quilting.
I think it's great because, so when I first bought my first long arm, I took a class and then I moved back to Utah, and I just didn't really have a lot of guidance.
Right.
And Handi Quilter, we have tons of videos now. That was a long time ago, but we have tons of videos. We have classes. Nuddles has classes.
Yeah.
But what we want you to have this, that if you didn't have that support, or if you are doing it on your own after
getting started.
Getting started.
Quilting.
Exactly.
It's a new experience.
So show us some of the things that comes in this.
So inside this box, the first thing we get is easy step-by-step interactive 3D instructions for setting everything up. And this is actually done through an app called Built that we partnered with. You can see this. And it is really cool, isn't it, to go through the process? We actually helped set up a couple frames to kind of test the process. And this little app on your phone is just genius because it walks you through step by step. You can turn the frame around close up. It shows you exactly which parts. It even talks you through it, so you don't have to actually read the instructions when you're setting things up, which is awesome. Who reads
instructions?
I know. Who wants to read instructions?
And Kim, we're
quilters. We're visual. We want pictures. Yes. Oh, sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. We actually had some of our fabric people build the frames just to see how that all worked, and it was super easy, super quick. So they loved it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a fun process. You can do it with one person, but it's definitely easier with two.
Right.
Because, when you get it all put together, just turning it, because you put it together upside down and then you flip it over. But it can be done with one. So that's the first really cool thing. We have that there. Then it comes with this great card that walks us through the basics. So I can get this flipped over the right way. On this side, it tells you everything that comes in this box. And it comes with everything you need. The quick start guide, how to quilt kit, decals. There's the whole list here. It's got everything on it. And then on the back of it, it's got instructions. There's 2 different ways that you can set up the Moxie frame. So you can set it up in either high or low position. And which one is this frame?
This is in high position, right?
In high?
Oh, no, low.
This is in low position.
We talked about that.
Meaning that the quilt top comes over the top down like this. We don't have a bar up here. It's a little easier to do rulers with.
Right.
Yep.
And we're going to show you rulers on this in a little bit.
Yeah. And we've got the 2 different ways set up here. It shows you how to load the fabric properly too, because that's always a big question if you've never done it
Exactly.
before, right?
Yeah.
And then we have our quick reference guide. And this is really great because it has everything to get you started, from a needle chart that goes with a specific thread to how to thread the machine. We've got good instructions on that. And then on the back is a chart that walks you through what all the different icons mean on the Moxie screen. Yeah. Which is really helpful. Very helpful to have. And last of all, this is actually a fun little extra.
I love this.
It's a sticker sheet. They're decals, so you can put them on your machine. You can put them in other places. They're so fun. And there's actually a couple of them here that when you set up your frame, you put these on so that you know which way you're going to roll that frame.
Right. And so.
Yes, Johnny's little.
I like to do little dances, but
dance.
So it says one says quilt top, one says backing. It has an arrow. So if you when when you're loading your quilt on the frame, you can put a sticker on there to remind you.
Which way?
That is a question people have for a long time. So, and then the decals you can decorate your machine.
Yes.
Which they're like my signature colors. I love them.
Yes, they're so fun. They're
so cute.
Fun. So what else is in this
box?
We've got
also, so all of our machines come with a thread sample bag. So we have like 4 or 5 cones of superior thread that you can try out. And then I love this. So you have so it comes with a yard of fabric. This is Handi Quilter gridded fabric. And we show you how to load your quilt with just a random backing, some batting, and then putting this yard of fabric on, and then getting started stitching. So we start with just the same things that we teach in our basic classes, E's and L's, loops, loops and stars. Yeah.
Sorry, so you can see this.
No, you're fine.
And this is actually the stuff that we teach, and Chad can back us up on this one. If you come and do one of the retreats that Nettles does here at Handi Quilter headquarters, this is the kind of stuff that we teach you. Yeah. We help develop this to help you get started. Yeah. So it's a great way just to learn some basic quilt patterns and get quilting.
Did you have something to say, Chad?
Nope. Just your retreats are awesome. Everybody that comes loves it and learns, and it's just great.
Thank you. Also comes with a package of pins. Yep. So pin those things on.
And all the tools that you need, a channel lock so that you can base your quilt tops down, get those nice straight lines, your oiler
for oiling the bobbin.
Things that come with all of our other machines.
Yeah.
But this fabric, the stickers, this little getting started kit is special just for the Moxie.
Yeah.
Just for the
exclusive to the Moxie.
Exclusive to the Moxie. So do we have any questions about the Moxie, Chad?
Any questions out there on the Moxie?
Yeah.
I'm going to put my 2 cents if that's okay.
We always appreciate your 2 cents, Chad.
Yeah. The other thing I love about the Moxie and the Loft Frame is you're not just stuck with an 8-foot frame. You can actually upgrade it to a 10-foot frame. And then the big thing for me is you get a great Handi Quilter quality machine, quality tension, everything about Handi Quilter is just awesome quality. And I wasn't going to share this till after, but I'll share it right now. I mean, a machine that retails for $49.99 is awesome. You get all that 8-foot frame and the Moxie. And then the other thing is too, because we're doing a live show with them, if you call your local store, you can call me directly. We actually have some special pricing for you too. So I think that's what makes it even better is the price point that you guys put it in for us as consumers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is a very affordable machine. If you've thought, oh, I just can't quite make it work, you should really check out the Moxie.
Well, I mean, we always talk about here too, like if there was this on the market when I started.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I spent way more than that. I mean, on my first machine, that was a long time ago too. So it definitely feels a really nice niche in the market, I think.
It does. It totally does. Yeah, it's a great machine. Another thing, just to let you know, we do have what's called the Quilt from the Back kit available for this. So you can do panographs or groovy boards if that's something you're interested in. And we do have soon a robotic system coming for the Moxie too. So we'll just put slide that right in there.
You kind of quieted your voice when you said that, Kim. Can you just maybe say that a little louder? I don't want anyone to miss that at home. Just make sure you emphasize that.
We do have a robotic system, a Pro Stitcher that will be coming for the Moxie soon.
Yeah, coming this summer.
Soon. Yeah.
It's the best kept not secret.
Yes.
The best kept not secret.
100%.
Exactly.
You got it, Chad. You got it.
No secrets.
Nope, no secrets. So that's the Moxie in a nutshell. It does also come with a bobbin winder.
Oh, right.
So we've got you covered.
Don't all of our machines come with a bobbin winder?
They do.
Yeah.
And the Moxie comes with that bobbin winder. And remember, you can either always wind your own bobbins or you can use pre-wound bobbins.
Oh, man.
It works either way. So
love the pre-wounds.
I know.
Okay.
Me too. So
should we talk about the Capri?
Yeah, the next machine.
I think
we'll just scoot over this way.
Chad, if anyone has questions,
just pop in there.
Say hello. We're going to talk about the Capri now. So, Kim, the Capri.
The Capri. Oh, this is such a great machine. As I said earlier, I sewed for a lot of years. I quilted for a lot of years on my domestic machine. And let me tell you something, if that's your jam and you love doing that type of quilting, this is the machine for you. We've got 18 inches of throat space. It has light all in here in the throat space that is just bonkers.
We turn the lights down for filming so that
it's too bright.
Too bright.
It's literally too bright.
There's too much light.
It makes it like a circle of hallelujah light around the machine. You can't actually see it if we have the lights on. But the lighting is fantastic. The fact that the machine is oriented, you know how on our domestic machines, it's over here to the side. This one is oriented back this way. You have all the room you need to quilt even those really large quilts.
Yeah. So when I started quilting by check.
Yeah.
Because I had money at the time, and
Why
I didn't.
not?
Yeah.
Why not?
And I started out on I just had a small domestic machine, and the thought of pushing that fabric through a throat space, I just didn't even know it was a thing. Honestly, when I started out, I'm like, well, I didn't know people do that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I started on a long arm. So you have more experience on a domestic.
Yeah, because I was one of those that I was newly married and just had my first baby, and money was pretty tight. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. And I could actually have more money to buy fabric down the road if I didn't pay somebody else to quilt my quilts. So I was like, I'm going to quilt my own quilts. It's the last thing I do. And some days, This was a fantastic, this is a fantastic machine though. And one of the greatest things about it is we developed a new type of stitch regulation for this. It's called the Insight table. And it's actually built into the table.
You get a good shot of that.
Here.
Okay,
so there's these two sensors right here that actually sense the movement of the fabric. So you get a really, once again, that beautiful stitch that Handi Quilter is known for. And this also has a surface on it. It's like it's almost like a mirror finish. The fabric just glides.
It glides on there, it does.
It is so easy to move the fabric around.
So let's talk about that Insight table, stitch regulation. That does come standard on the
Just
Capri.
real quick, there's a question.
Okay.
Hey, we have a question. Go ahead. Will you read it for us?
Yeah. Carrie's asking, do you have a comparison chart that helps us see differences between machines side by side?
Absolutely, we do. On the Handi Quilter website, if you go to, there's a drop down, it says machines, and then there's a little drop down. You can go there, and there's two different comparison charts, I think. But it shows them all the machines that we currently make, has them side by side, and all the features, throat space, all those things. So that's on the Handi Quilter website.
Yeah, because it is hard when you're choosing a long arm, which you're choosing.
And Carrie, when you come in to see the machines, or if you have questions, we can make sense of that too here in the store, and let you physically see that too.
Yeah. So you guys do you have them on all your stores, Chad?
Yep.
You have a Handi Quilter in all your stores. So people can visit your stores and try them out and see what they like the best.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
And back to the Insight table.
Yes.
It comes standard with the Capri.
Yes, it does.
Also, if you have a Sweet 16 from Handi Quilter, you can add the Insight table. Yeah. So it adds that Insight
stitch regulation.
Thank you for saying that for me, because I keep wanting to say the other product.
Previous.
It has Insight stitch regulation, and you can convert your Sweet 16 to that stitch regulation, and people are loving that too.
Exactly.
So we've done extensive testing with that, and it's patented now, and it's great.
It is. It's fantastic.
Let's talk about other feetures we can get with this quickly.
That we can add to this table. The drawer.
You get a drawer on either side.
Yep. Priceless.
And the
yes.
Let's scoot this out so we can show the
table extension, because when you are quilting those larger quilts, you want to be able to have a little extra room there on the side. So this adds an extra 18 inches on each side, and the center is 36. So it's a total of 72, and that's all the math I'm going to do today.
I won't ask any more math questions.
Don't ask me any more math questions.
We have in our contract that people do not ask us math questions on air.
On air.
And that's really a joke because we don't have contracts. So.
No. But we do get asked questions and do math occasionally.
Sometimes
and it can be quite entertaining. So anyway.
And sometimes it can be just wrong.
Yeah, sometimes it can be. Yeah. But these table extensions, they're wonderful. You know, I would definitely add them to both sides, and it just makes management of large quilts really easy, so that you don't have falling off, pulling. It just makes it really easy to quilt your quilts.
Right.
So we'll pop this back
I'm going to
down.
show quilting with a ruler on this.
On the Capri.
Should I go back this way?
Yeah, you can go back a little bit.
I got to find my pedal.
I think it's better for... And, you know, the really great thing about the Capri is you can do any of the same techniques that we do on any of our frame-mounted machines.
Right.
So we, you know, traditionally in the industry, we've called a machine like this a sit-down machine, and frame-mounted machines stand-up machines. But guess what?
Yeah.
You can stand up or sit down at
you
either
can
one.
totally stand up with this machine.
So we now call these are our stationary machines.
I'm tall.
Yes.
But if Kim probably do it, well, she's tall too.
This table is a hair short for me, but I have actually quilted at it standing up. It works great.
Yeah.
And Johnny even is sitting on a stool that's adjustable, so you can make slight adjustments throughout the day depending on how you're quilting, so that you can just
I'm wearing my glasses.
keep getting it done. Johnny's going to do a little bit of stitching here.
I am working on this little project.
What ruler are you using?
This is one of our
line
grid rulers.
And it's actually, let me grab, I'll put something behind it so you guys can see that a little better. It's called a line grid ruler, and this is the matchstick ruler. And it just helps you do a really small, that small matchstick quilting. It actually has an 1/8 inch spacing. So you'll notice how he uses it across there. But
remember that time that we talked about the thread I'm using?
The thread, yeah, thread. Oh, the thread. We'll always talk about
Kim,
the thread.
Talk about that ruler some more.
So one of the great things about all Handi Quilter rulers, they are actually etched. So all these lines that you can see on there, they're actually etched on the back. So if I run my finger over that, they're etched in there. They're not going to wear off over time. You know how like our cutting rulers and stuff quite often, over time, we'll kind of lose those markings around the edges. That will never happen with the Handi Quilter rulers because those lines are etched in. We have all the 1/4 inch markings, and then you can see on this one, I've got a lot of different ones at angles so that I can do cross hatching and things like that easily. One other thing to note about our rulers like this, they are all the 1/4 inch thick. You guys can see that that's a nice thick ruler. It's really important when you're quilting on your long arm that you use only the 1/4 inch thick rulers so that you don't accidentally have one of those rulers slide under the hopping foot and have a not happy moment with your quilting machine. So yeah, that's all of our rulers. They're really great. And I know, Chad, you guys carry like a lot of them,
right?
Pretty much
carry
the
a
full
lot
line.
of the rulers, the sure feet, the ruler bases, all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
Yes, I am using the Surefoot on this machine.
And the Surefoot has a taller profile along the bottom of it. It actually matches up with the height of the ruler so that you're less likely to have, once again, one of those oopsie accidents.
Right.
So, and Johnny just slid right through. There's a notch right there so that he can get inside that groove. And then he'll be able to
we show that
do
again?
a little bit of quilting. Yeah.
So these rulers that have a notch, like Kim said.
Show that on top of the black fabric so you can see how it's got that little notch right there. You just slide the foot right through there.
Yeah. I like these line grid rulers because it's really nice to just do quick, well, not quick, but good, nice straight lines.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. Well, and that's the reason why we use rulers, because we want that extra level of precision with our free motion quilting. Using a ruler still is free motion, but you just have that ruler acting as a guide, which it just gives you that level of precision.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm starting.
Are you in precision?
Yeah, but I wanted to start. Oh, there.
Oh no, you're in cruise. Okay, yeah. I would just. That a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
So I would want the needle to go up and down until I stopped it, and then I'm just doing nice straight lines with this little ruler.
Yeah.
So kind of can't see the stitching super well because of this project, but we can show you there just what I've done on this first row. Can you see that very well, Keela?
Some fun stitching there.
I'm just doing some texture in these blank.
He's just doing a nice micro. He's doing the matchstick quilting right here.
Quilting.
Just to pack down this fabric, because remember, whatever part of the fabric you're not quilting, that's what you really see. So he's stitching down all the white here so that his little color
I just want my triangles to pop. This is a little mini I'm doing for mini exchange.
It's so cute.
So
I love that. Johnny loves his half square triangles.
I do. That's not really a truth. I'm sorry.
He makes a lot of things.
I like to make them. Okay, so I just want to show how easy it is rulers with a stationary machine.
Yeah,
we get that question a lot.
Yeah. Now there's two different ways to actually stitch with this machine. How to turn it on and off.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, you can use just the play button or the run button here on the screen,
right,
or the pedal. So I was using the pedal, and even the pedal you can do a needle up down with the pedal. So
and you can also, if you do the needle up down, let's pull this ruler off of this really quick. You can actually even just hold the needle down button here on the screen too, and do what's called a walking stitch to lock that.
Oh yeah.
So if we do that, it'll just do a stitch that's up and down to lock that in place.
Right.
And you can start it on the screen by hitting the play button. Go ahead and start quilting, and then you can actually just tap with your foot to turn it off too. Did you know that? That's like
pretty
one of my favorite features.
I know. There are some fun features with this.
Yeah, it really is it's fun to quilt with.
So after we talk about Kim's going to talk about the Amara for a second. I'm going to switch threads on this, and then we're going to do some just free motion quilting on the using the Capri, right?
Talk about that. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
Let's totally.
Have we talked enough about the Capri for a second?
Do we have any questions?
Any questions, Chad?
Any questions on there? I don't have any questions yet.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, well, we'll just keep talking. We're going to move over to machine number 3 here. This is the Amara. The Amara has a 20-inch throat space. It has, once again, that lighting like I talked about with the Capri. It's absolutely amazing lighting in the throat space. Once again, I have it turned off because it's too bright to actually be able to film with. It has adjustable handlebars, which is wonderful for when you're quilting all day long, to be able to make those slight adjustments. It just makes it really comfortable. And also if you're going to do things like micro quilting or rulers, things like that, it's really easy to adjust these handlebars. All you have to do is there's some little knobs here on the bottom. You can flip those and you can make the adjustments just like that. Very easy to change those around. The Amara has like the wish list of what quilters ask for. You can do up to 2,500 stitches per minute. Chad's totally agreeing with me on that one. So it's high speed. It has, let me think of some of the other fun things it has. So it has a magnetic tool collar here on the side. So I can actually keep my scissors right here on the side of the machine. My machine at home, I actually have a Forte. It's the Amara's big sister, but it has all the same features. I keep my little screwdriver on the side here too that I adjust my bobbin with. So it's always right there, ready to go. You guys can see how I can just keep those right there. That's a great feature. It has 2 USB ports here on the side that I can plug accessories into. So I can add like a Handi light or a black light, or if it's one of those hot summer days, which we know are coming soon, I can plug in a Handi fan, keep myself cool while I'm stitching. Chad's agreeing with me on that one too.
Can you imagine the breeze through your hair as you're quilting, Kim?
Oh, I don't have to imagine
that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true for you. Yeah, not so much. It's a dream about it at night, right? But yes, I love my Handi fan during the summer. I do tend to get a little, my quilting studio is upstairs in my house, and so it just tends to get a little warmer than the rest of my house. So yeah, that's really great. It's okay. So I said we've got our 20 inches of throat space. We have also on the Amara with the handlebars, we actually have an extra button. So the buttons on all of our, the handlebars of all of our machines, we've got a start and stop on the right-hand side with a plus to bring up our stitch speed. So we've got our play pause button, and then we've got our plus. And then on the left one, we've got a minus to take our stitch speed down. And then we've got our needle up and down. But we have an extra button on both of these that's actually programmable, which is really great. I know on my machine at home, I have, and actually anyone that I use here in the studio, I go in and just change it because it's really easy to do. I turn this one into, on the right-hand side, a needle up, needle down, because I'm right-handed, and that way I'm not always having to reach across to do my needle up, needle down. And then I have this one programmed to be on the left-hand side, my tie-off, which is another great feature that the Amara has. We can set it so that when we get started, we bring up our bobbin thread first, and then we hit that, and it does a bunch of little micro tacks to secure our stitching. I can just clip those threads really close, and I don't have to go back and bury any threads. I want to spend my time quilting, not doing things like that. The Amara also, it comes on our Studio 2 frame. The frame that I have this on right now is actually an education frame. So it's one that we use for teaching, hence the name education frame. And but the Studio frame, the Studio 2 frame has a really cool feature. You can actually adjust this front part here, and you can set it up and load in two different ways. It's the Quilt Master dual load system. And you can load in either standard view, which is like this here, or you can load in clear view, which is actually really similar to how we have the Moxie loaded right now, where this bar here is actually dropped down to a lower position so that it's a little easier to use rulers. So, and that frame, you know, just like Johnny mentioned earlier, it comes with the machine. It's included in the price of the machine. And you can get that in either a 10 or a 12-foot length. So 10 foot or 12 foot, so that it fits.
Kim, what do you like your frame set at? In
you know, at home? Yeah. Oh, so I actually have mine in clear view. I'm kind of in the minority here in the studio. They always tease me about it, which is even kind of funny because I don't necessarily use rulers a lot, but I just like having that smooth across the top. It's just the way that I usually load it. Actually, probably what happened was I set it up that way one time and I just didn't change it back, and it's always been that way. Let's be honest.
But it's super easy to change if you want to. Very
change.
Easy to go back and forth between clear view.
Yep. It is super easy. We don't have that capability on this particular frame.
Oh, yeah, I forget.
Chad, I know you have that set up in your store. So if somebody wants to see that, they can just pop in and check it out, right?
Yep.
Mine at home is also set up in clear view. Oh. I don't know why. I was doing rulers at one time, but
it's just set up that way.
Yeah. I like, yeah.
And I have my frame at home is actually
a
10-foot frame.
Yes.
So.
It's easy to switch back.
Yes,
I thank you. Yes, it is.
We just forget. You just load it the next quilt on and keep going.
Exactly.
So a couple of other great things about the Amara, we can easily add the quilt from the back kit. So if you like to do panographs or groovy boards, you can do that.
Right.
And as you can see, this Amara, we do have a Pro Stitcher set up on it, and you can easily add the Pro Stitcher to it. It is fully integrated. There's right behind this little panel right here is where all the connections are made. There's no cords that run across the top of it or anything. It's a really, really great add-on to add to your Amara. So love our Pro Stitchers.
We do love the Pro Stitcher, definitely.
Yes. So any other questions about this one? You guys want to see some stitching on the Amara?
Let's see some stitching.
Let's do some stitching. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to this side so that Kayla can get down in here.
I'm just going to step out so it's easier to get going there.
And we'll do some stitching here. So very easy to stitch with. So you can see that there. I'll grab my scissors here off the magnetic tool collar, clip those threads. You guys can see what a great stitch we've got going there. So it's a great machine, really easy to stitch with, easy to use. We love the Amara. So what other questions have you got for us, Chad? We're trying to...
Nobody's asking any questions.
No questions have come yet.
Oh my gosh, well.
It's fine.
Talk about.
It's great.
I know, it's totally great. So how about if we step back over here to the Capri right now and take a look at, Johnny's got this set up.
I have put on some orange thread for you.
Oh, you want me to do the quilting?
Yes, I asked
I'm
you.
just
Oh my
joking.
gosh, you guys.
I'm teasing
She's
him.
totally throwing me under the bus.
No, I know that
Kim,
he asked
so
me.
again, I started out on a long arm, so I always practiced this motion, not this motion.
Yeah, it's
And
a
that,
little,
I don't know.
different. It's all good. It's all good. So
I do practice with an occasion.
you do, and he's actually been
I'm
doing
gonna
some
swing
fun
over here.
quilting on this. So come over here and you can watch. I can give you some tips. So I'm going to first of all do a couple of locking stitches there just to lock my stitch. I just did that by holding down that down button, and then I'm going to go ahead and do some stitching here.
Do you want the stool?
No, I can do this standing up.
She's doing it standing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Kim's a professional.
I am a professional. I
she
can do it
definitely is a
standing or
professional.
sitting. Quilting.
Hey,
Just bring it
I
on.
see that Carrie made another comment.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what it is.
So what does Carrie have to say?
I don't know, Chad. What does Carrie have to say?
She wants one of these in the afternoon.
Oh.
Carrie, for sure. And
She wants
Carrie,
one this afternoon?
Yeah, this will be up on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel for like a good week. So you can come back and watch it also.
Carrie, Chad will bring that over about 2, okay?
Private message him.
Send him a
Yeah,
message.
there you go.
We can get him delivered that for you.
Yeah.
So Kim, what's your favorite feature of the Capri?
The Capri, it's the throat space for sure. After quilting for so many years on my domestic machine, even though I have one of the bigger ones that has like I think it's a 12-inch throat space, it just doesn't compare to the ease, how easy it is to move everything around. The fact that you've just got this big table and then the orientation of the machine too, it just makes it so easy to quilt.
Like that is so much room for managing a quilt.
Yeah. And it's easy to do larger quilts on this. Another thing that Johnny and I can talk about is that
Kim, real quick, Carrie's got another question.
Okay.
So she put on some websites I have seen the Amara is a strong beginner's machine. Can it be used as a professional business end?
No, heavens no.
No. I know
it absolutely can.
I know lots of professional quilters that quilt on Amaras. As a matter of fact, Kelly, who is one of the educators here with us, she has an Amara in her studio and an Infinity, and she quilts professionally on both of those machines all the time.
Yeah.
So I know quite a few people.
Yeah, there's many. Like we have a lot of people that follow us on Instagram that are posting regularly. Like I did this for my customer. It absolutely, I like to say all of our machines are workhorses. They are definitely workhorses.
Yep.
And they're all machines that you could do quilting for other people. I'm assuming that's what you're meaning by professional. Right. My first Handi quilter was an Avante that had an 18-inch throat space on it. I quilted tons of quilts for customers on that machine. So absolutely, any of our machines. I even know some people that have the Capri or another stationary model, and they quilt professionally on those ones too. So any of our
we
machines,
sell
for
it.
sure.
We sell at Nuttles. We probably sell more Amaras to people to start out that business. And then we also help you start your business here too. We have a little program set up. So,
That's
well,
great.
I didn't know about that.
I
That's
know.
a pretty good deal.
That is a pretty good deal.
Where was that when I was getting started?
I know back in the day. So one thing to speak about with a long arm, okay.
I'm going to stay in the frame.
There's a certain amount of space where it's really comfortable to do free motion quilting. So especially if you are going to be doing free motion quilting, the Moxie and the Amara, meaning you're not going to be adding a computerized system to it. The Moxie and the Amara both have that sweet spot covered of that first, because my arms are only so long. I can only reach so far and quilt comfortably. And I am a tall person, so I know I've got a little bit of a longer reach than maybe the average person. But the Amara and the Moxie both have that sweet spot covered.
Right. But if you're thinking of quilting for hire, like I know a lot of people, that's in their mind. Because quilting is very popular. It's not going down in popularity at all. And the Amara on a Pro Stitcher is such a good way to get started.
It is.
Because you can do a quilt a day at least, right?
Absolutely. And it can be working while you're doing other stuff, which is the great thing about the Pro stitcher.
Yeah, some of us like to have our pro stitcher running behind us and piecing in front of us.
Yes.
So like we talk about that a lot here, like with Christina as well, that we like to have our pro stitcher running, and then we can have our domestic machine while we're doing piecing our own project. So
working on other stuff. So yeah, absolutely. That's a great question.
That is a great question.
So the Capri.
Chad asked your favorite feature, but he didn't ask me. Probably
we just got interrupted.
Probably because of my admittance that it's not my forte.
It's not your forte.
Sorry, you guys.
We don't have forte. Sorry, we have to make jokes.
But the inside stitch regulation, like just moving that fabric, just maneuvering it and reading the movement of the fabric on the table gives such an amazing stitch regulation. It's so nice the way the stitches come out.
It really is. It's great to have that stitch regulation. You know, that was actually one thing when I quilted on my domestic machine for years. I did not have stitch regulation, and actually having that stitch regulation, so every time you go around the top of the loop, you don't have stitches that get really long and then really short.
My grandma called them toe catchers, and I have quilt that we pulled out that we had quilted by someone who didn't have stitch regulation, and the points is like kind of small, and then the curves are kind of got your toe catchers in there.
But you know what? The quilt's finished, so it's fine.
We do support finished quilts,
yes,
definitely.
We do, 100%.
Definitely.
But it is really nice. Yeah, it's really nice to have that stitch regulation. So the stitch regulation is your favorite feature of the Capri.
Well, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, you don't want to see my stitches without stitch regulation.
Without stitch regulation. They make things really great. So
I am working. So my goal is to finish that quilt on the Capri.
Your little
it's a mini, but it's a lot of stitches.
It is a lot of stitches when you're doing that micro stitching, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, well, let's think of a couple other things we can show you. We've actually got set up over here on the Amara. Couching is always super popular.
Oh, did you grab yarn?
So,
you did.
I did. So let's show you how easy it is to change a foot on these machines. It's really easy. And then also how easy it is to do something as simple as couching, which is stitching down yarn on top of the fabric. Okay, so let me I've got to break my thread here real quick so I can change my foot.
And you guys saw the couching feet, Chad. I know that, right?
Yep. You guys have everything. So to change a foot, it's actually we call it our quick change. It's just right here. I just loosen this this little screw right here, and I don't have to take it all the way out. I just loosen it up, and then I just pull up here, and I can. Oh, I got to loosen it just a hair more. This always, when I do it on air, I never
if you can do it from the back though.
So you can just lift up.
There you go.
This hopping foot. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not hard to do.
Super easy.
It just makes it easy to slip it in and out. And then this is our couching feet, and it comes in a set of 3 for different thicknesses of yarn. I'm actually going to use the largest one, which is a 3 millimeter. So I'll just grab this here. We'll go ahead and pop it on. And I know, I'm sorry, my hands are kind of in the way. I have to kind of hold things in place. So I'll go ahead and do that. Tighten that up a little bit, and you can see it was just as easy as that to go ahead and do my change that foot. It's really easy to do that. So the next thing we want to do is get our yarn started here. I'm going to set these over here, Johnny.
That's all right. Thank you.
So Kim, as you're getting your yarn started, I guess I need to say this. We've been doing a big Memorial Day sale here at Nuttall's. It does end tomorrow. But accessories are on sale, fabric's on sale. It's a really, really good sale right now. And it's fabrics by 10 yards, you get 6 free. So, we like to stock up here in Utah with different things. I'll just say that from last year. So it's a good time to stock up on fabric.
You got to have your 2-year supply of fabric.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, before pricing and starts going up, come in and we got it all.
We got it all.
So that ends on Friday?
Yeah, ends tomorrow. We're actually closed Saturday and Monday.
Oh, okay.
That's nice. Okay, that's good to know. I guess Johnny and I will have to run over tomorrow.
We'll be that,
Get some fabric. We'll come in and say
Buy
hi.
10, get 6 free.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to touch my little star button here and do a tie off so that my thread is nice and tied off. And then to get the couching started, I just wrap my yarn around there and make a little loop. And then I'll do another needle down, needle up. And then just holding on to this, I'm gonna just pull that right through the hole of the couching foot. And we just wanna kind of pull this yarn out a little bit, make a little pool of it. And we're gonna just stitch a little bit of that down. And look at that, how fun that is. I'll go ahead and stop there. And you can see that that's actually sewn to the top of the quilt. This is my, you know, I call it my baby quilts in a couple of hours. You can do this
Kim,
all over the top of the quilt.
Do you put your, what's your stitch length at?
You know, right now it's actually at 11. I will often bump it down to 10. I don't want to do a really tight stitch. I wouldn't go as high as 12 or 13. I keep it a little lower. I also want to change it over to precision because I want to make sure that if I kind of pause for a second while I'm thinking about where I'm going to go next, then I'm not adding more and more stitches into that yarn. So I don't accidentally get a little bit of a hang up there. So, but this is super cute to do. You just use some of this fun plushy chenille yarn, load a really cute backing, do a plain flannel on the top, do a really cute pattern all over the whole quilt with this, and then bind it. And that's your, you know, I've got a baby shower in 3 hours.
Right.
I need to take a quilt, and everybody loves it. The babies love it because it's something tactile and fun to play with. And everybody just oohs and ahs. And you're like, yeah, I did that on my Amara in 2 hours.
10 years to do that.
Yeah, it took me forever. It's a really, really fun thing to do. And you can use this foot, the couching feet, on any of our machines. We can use it on the Amara, on the Capri.
Yeah, I think that's
the Moxie.
That's good to reiterate. All of our feet are interchangeable with any of the machines again. So
you know what, I realized we forgot to mention ruler bases when you're using rulers. So let's go back over here.
Let's go back to the Moxie, Kayla.
And let's take a look at this really quick. It was at the bottom of the stack of stuff that we had to look at. So we'll talk about this here. It's really important when you're using rulers.
Sorry, Candy has a question on what the price is. What price is the Amara? Candy, I'm going to kind of answer that real quick. So I can give you retail while we're on here, but if you call our stores or you can call me directly, we have some really special pricing that we're doing for this event. So I can give you that retail price. I want to say it's around 11,000, but again, we have some specials going on, and we've actually done some really special packaging too with Handi Quilter frames that we were able to get help with. So we should thank Sheila while we're on here for Facebook.
Thank you.
Shout out to Sheila.
She's our Handi Quilter rep. So
yep.
We should tell her thank you.
Yeah,
so give me a call, and I'll put my phone number up here in a minute so y'all can have that too if you want.
Excellent.
That's great.
So like Kim was saying, for using ruler, you want to have 3 things. I always say 3 things to use ruler.
Yep.
1,
ruler base.
Ruler base.
You have to have a ruler base. You can't stress this enough. You cannot do rulers on one of our frame mounted machines without a ruler base. It's not safe.
Is there one in there?
There is one in here.
Oh, okay. I wanted to show it. We have that one on the Moxie already. So we have the Moxie one installed, but it just gives you an extra platform. It's like 4 inches on either side, I think.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
And this one is fresh.
Yeah, brand new.
Brand new. So you can see there's just clear acrylic, and it has these little little guides on the side that snap on. And with the Moxie, this isn't with any of the other ones. The Moxie actually comes with these little buttons that you screw in on the side. On the other our other frame mounted machines, they're actually built into the casting of the machine. So you just add those on the Moxie. Really easy to do.
Okay, that's thing number one.
Mhm.
Number two is called the Surefoot.
Ooh, and you
So
know what?
we
I
have that
it.
installed here on the Moxie. I don't know if we can get a good shot of that, or Kim
Well,
has one in a package.
I actually have one right here in the package.
So what that is a higher profile. The profile
Of the
on the foot is taller.
on the side.
So on the side. So the hopping foot isn't going to hop over and jump over your ruler,
Right.
which happened on this ruler because there's a little nick out of it.
Little chip.
Fine. But we call it insurance policy.
Yes. We
So-
call it the insurance foot, the Surefoot.
Insurance
Aw.
policy, you guys. You're getting a good show today, okay?
You are,
Lots of
you are.
dad
Kim and
jokes.
Johnny
Nope,
show.
you better-
All right, and then you need a ruler. So
Yep.
Handi Quilter, we make tons of rulers.
Yep.
Definitely one to fit your needs. And this one is the Handi Quilter Versatool. I was just going to show it here using on this. Do you want to switch to that camera, Kayla? I don't know what you want to do. I'm just going to let Kayla do the camera work, and I'll
Yeah.
just do the quilting work. How's that? So I'm just
Oh.
adding a little detail.
And there's Chad's number there on the screen if you guys want to call him about questions about pricing on those machines.
Yeah, don't call me till after this though.
Oh, that's right. He is on air. This really is live right now. We want to stress that. It is really is
Yeah,
live.
Yeah, don't call me till after.
Don't
Yeah.
call me right
You got
now.
10 minutes.
Mom, I'm busy.
Set your timer for 12 minutes and then you can call.
There you go.
Or 15. Give him 15. So Johnny's doing a little bit of stitching here. Just following that.
So I'm just doing a little diagonal in this blue here.
Little zigzag.
A little zigzag in the solid that you can kind of see. And again, I do love rulers for the point of, you get a little better shot,
The precision,
of the
right?
precision, exactly. I can do nice straight lines, and I might, nothing has to be like perfect. I mean, the stitching is going to be perfect, but what am I trying to say there?
Rulers
It's
take
gonna give-
the precision of free motion to the next level.
Yeah, it's going to give you an exactness, I guess. I like to say that you might not be able to get just with your free motion.
Exactly.
A precision. Precision is a good word.
So the Moxie, great machine.
And this is just a silly little, I don't know, sampler top that I made up probably years ago, and just something to fun to play with. Can you see that all right?
Yeah. So once again,
Ooh.
we can do this, the quilting with the rulers on any of the Handi Quilter machines.
Yes.
The stationary, meaning like the Capri, up to the frame mounted machines like the Amara and the Moxie. You can totally.
Are we still on there, Kayla?
I think she is. She's
Okay.
still following me, doing a little bit of stitching here.
All right.
So
And I can just go back up that way. And I'm ending, all of our machines have needle up, down, needle down, so I can end in either up position or down position. So this one I'm ending with the down position. I can leave the needle down. I can move my ruler, move it around till it's where I want it. I hit run again,
do a little bit of stitching.
do a little bit of stitching.
And Marilyn, you do need to get your rulers out. Marilyn Snow just said, I need to get my rulers and play again.
Marilyn, play with your
Marilyn,
rulers.
Get your rulers out this afternoon.
If I can do it, you can do it.
I often, it's like I kind of forget about certain techniques. I'll be really focused on one quilt that I'm doing like the pro stitcher, or I'm doing like an all over free motion edge
Right.
design, and you forget about rulers for a little bit, and then you get them out, and all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and you're still quilting.
And there you're still playing with your rulers. Marilyn, get your rulers out.
Get your rulers out, Marilyn.
Also, what I love too is just the versatility that you can get.
Yeah.
So
Rulers give you a lot of really fun options.
definitely.
They make it so fun. And are those, I know that you guys have full selection in all of your different stores, right, Chad?
Yep, we do. Tons of different rulers.
Awesome.
Tons of
Excellent.
different rulers. They are fun. So do we have any other questions about any of the other machines? Or Capri, anything
Any other
you want us to
questions out
show
there real
you
quick?
again? I know we're
We still got a couple of minutes.
We got a few minutes. We want to show you. We want to make sure everybody gets to see what they want to see.
I'm just going to finish this row, if that's okay.
Johnny has caught the quilting bug here.
I've caught the ruler bug.
Like we mentioned, he's now.
I just want to finish my row.
He's going to sneak.
Johnny's got to get done.
Get done filming. Yeah, he's got to.
You guys.
Got to finish that row.
If I could, I would, but.
I know. We're actually getting ready for a big event coming up.
We are getting ready for our
Marilyn
academy.
You would love to see how you do cross stitching around an applique. Is that possible?
Around an applique.
Like
okay.
on by ruler?
So we actually have this really great ruler, the Versatool, that has an awesome little part to it. And you know what? I can probably show you over here on this one a little better. Kayla can get a close-up. So the Versatool actually has these little notches here. And if I scoot that, okay, there we go. So there's a little notch right here, and there's a little notch right here. And these allow you to actually they fit right around our foot really precisely. And I'm showing you this on the Capri. I wouldn't actually use this feature on the Capri, but if I'm using this because I'm not moving my machine, but what this does is it allows you to actually use that to move the machine with. And so it's really easy to stitch around an applique. I could actually, you know what, I can show you really quick on the Amara. Let me just come over here. I'll clip this thread real quick.
Show her.
Is Kayla your camera person?
Yeah.
Kayla is.
Yeah, we're making her work today.
I know.
She's earning her keep.
She's earning her keep today.
But she hasn't been in the office all week. So I think it's
busy.
important to add that she, it's time she worked for her.
Yeah. So I've got my my foot right in that little notch, and this is going to allow me to very carefully guide my foot around, as you guys can see. Sorry, talking while I'm concentrating in quilting can be hard. But you can see how it just gives me that next level of guidance right there with my ruler. So that's how I would quilt around applique.
Is that what you meant, Marilyn? Is that what Marilyn meant?
Was that the answer, what you're looking for, Marilyn?
Yes, she said yes already.
Okay. I hope. Well,
so
she said yes before. Anyway.
Yeah, the Handi Quilter Versatool, that's the ruler that you would want for this. And there's two notches on it. The one at the top is the one that fits the Handi Quilter feet. This one fits other long arms in the industry.
Right.
So slight differences between them. So Versatool. All right,
She said, then for cross hatching, do you mark the lines if she's going to do cross hatching?
She said cross hatching around.
It depends. So let me show you. I've actually got another set of feet that would be my favorite to use. This is the square feet, okay? And they are straight along the edge, hence the name square. And there is a 1/4 inch foot and there is a 1/2 inch foot. So I wouldn't, if I wanted to do, say, for example, a cross hatching that has a half inch
cross hatch.
Yeah, I could just use this one with a straight ruler and I wouldn't have to mark anything except maybe my first one where I wanted it to be. I wouldn't have to measure anything out. So that's a great, the square feet are really
that's
handy
awesome
for doing something like cross hatching.
You get it?
Handy. Also, I want to point out, like I mentioned, our rulers have the etched lines on the back of them. So depending on the crosshatch you're doing, you could do the first one and then you could just use the lines on your previous stitching.
We have a straight one. So like this is just a skinny ruler.
Yeah, this one's called a skinny straight. Let's get that turned over the right way.
But it has lines on it, so you could just like you wouldn't have, like Kim said, you wouldn't necessarily have to mark everything.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, I probably start or start in the middle. Yeah.
And when you're quilting on a real quilt, you've got piecing, so you've always got seams to line things up with, so you could do that. But yeah, that's how I would do that. Because who has time to mark? I want to be quilting.
Who has time to mark, you guys? Not us.
Not us.
We're just doing rulers.
All right. Well, Marilyn wins for good questions today. Does anybody else have some good questions for us?
There we go. Any other questions?
Chad's numbers up there.
My number's
Marilyn
up
says
there.
thanks, I think.
Perfect. Okay, well, I just
Give Chad
just
a
to
call.
end here because we're running low on the time. Just want to thank Kim and Johnny and Handi Quilter for taking the time to be with us today. And yeah, like I said, we have sales. I mean, we have Handi Quilters, just to give everybody an idea, starting as low as $135 a month. So call me,
Whoa.
call the local your closest store, I should say. And thank you for being with us.
Hey, thanks so much, Chad.
We'll see ya.
Okay, see ya.